Welcome everybody to the After Dark Show. I'm Don Rogers. And as you can see, things are a little bit different this week. We are actually here live on location in beautiful Crossfield, Alberta. And we are out front of Crossfield Rox Oddities. And tonight we're going to be talking to the owner and proprietor of this wonderful little store. And we're going to be hearing about some her spiritual awakening and some interesting facts on crystals, basically a 101 on that, and about some really cool experiences. So, without further ado, I'm going to flip the camera around and she's going to take us for a quick walk through the store before we get started. And this is going to be a new experience for all of us. So, I want you guys to stick with me because I haven't ever tried to change cameras midstream. So, this is all going to be a learning experience, but we're going to get through this together. Hold on here. So we're gonna flip that around. Boom. And here we are. And this is the wonderful Ilene Barrett. She is the owner and proprietor here of Crossfield Rox Oddities, or Oddities. I'm tongue-tied already. So I guess we'll start. We're just going to take a little bit of a stroll through the store. And if you want to walk us through section by section, Ilene.
Yeah, so this is our oracles and tarot we have here. We have Mandy, who we'll mention up later, that she brings some of these in, and the oil. So we have a lot of different oils here, which are really, really good. I don't know.
Yeah.
So just there's so many benefits using oils for relaxation, helping balance and keeping calm and that kind of thing. So there's lots of ways that can help. We do have a lot of gift bags packages that we put together for any kind of thing. So if we want to help in any certain way, like healing and different things, just to help support us in that, and also gifts. So people can come in and pick up. I'll walk behind you.
Yeah, no worries.
Going behind the camera, but to they want a gift for a friend, or someone's feeling down, and kind of thing. You have a little gift pack. And we put things together for different holidays and seasons and stuff like that too. So we have our mystery bags, which people love. We have crystals in there, metaphysical items like anything you want burned, that kind of thing, incense and that kind of thing. We have our sage bundles, which I do like to make. I wrap these and put them together. So I don't know if you have any questions about that.
Yeah, actually, just really quick, I want to thank Jason, who's one of my moderators. He's actually got your address to the store up on the screen here. So thank you, Jason. So what would you generally use these sage bundles for? Like,
So basically the sage is for clearing any negative energies. We add things to them just to kind of heighten that or whatever someone's feeling. So if you have like chaos, I would have like say you have like your amethyst added, and it's what you feel, right? It's your intention kind of a thing. You want more protection, maybe you'd want to have, it's not needed, but maybe you'd want to have and feel like a little tourmaline with it. So there's different things for how you're feeling. So when you come in, usually I'm like, hey, what are you looking for? What are you feeling, and that kind of thing. And then we kind of walk through and talk about it together. The sweetgrass here is to kind of bring in, once you sage, you bring in good energy. So that's bringing in good energy. I have a bundle here I put together with a little bit of both, right? With the clover, this is just bringing in luck.
okay.
So, and then this is a great cleansing, kind of like spring cleaning and that kind of thing with I have a problem with that word, so, yeah, so we have the gift bundles and that kind of thing.
Oh, what's that big one with the selenite?
Oh, this one is just another sage, but I do have a nice piece of selenite in there, and that's just to bring in peace and clearing in the home. And what I do have here is the shell, which is nice to put out. You put a little sand in the bottom of it, so you could put out let me see if I could find one. Or I like to use my personal favorite, change up the stones, the chips. This is citrine in here, and then I just put it out,
Okay.
So, but different things. There's no rules.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know some people have rules about it and that kind of thing, but I mean, for hundreds, thousands of years, we were using, you know, incense and such burning things certain ways. So there's no rules. It's what you feel comfortable with.
And I'm just asking because I just saw them,
Yep.
and I know our dogs have destroyed two. What is the importance of the feather while saying?
Well, basically, it's just lofting the sage to where you need it to be. So there is some indigenous people who use it and make them for certain ways, like traditions. But I was actually reading that Chinese people have used them, made not just the feathers, but fans.
Okay.
There's different groups around the world that actually do the same thing as what they've done with those feathers. It's what you're comfortable with. So there is different types of fans. There is fans made with grass and all that kind of things for different people part of the world. Like on the top of my head, can't remember the names, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
So
was just wondering the function.
yeah.
So you have chakra sand as well.
Yeah, so this is what we put either in the bottom of the shell.
Oh, okay.
And so if it's your intention. So whatever you're feeling inside you, you can have what helps, right? So if you have the different chakras, they're nice. I personally actually used it to put in here, and it is
Zen
yeah, and I love it. So you can do whatever you want with it, but it's your intention, right? So
No, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that little Zen garden. And then if we move down, we got the incense.
Yeah.
So, but the incense, does that have any spiritual function, or is that more?
Yeah, well, it's what you, like I said, it's your intentions. For me, it I have like a tradition, like what I do in the morning. Like, so I wake up and I burn my incense, and it's whatever kind of smells I'm drawn to. So I have a few favorites. Like I love the rose. Um, I have whatever, the orange is nice, and I don't happen to have that one any right now, but and I just burn it, and then I have my intention. So as I'm passing, I put it where I'm always passing. I'm making coffee and that kind of thing. And as it's burning, and every time I kind of give a whiff for me,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. My gratitudes in the morning.
Yeah.
Thinking about what I want to kind of like my good thoughts and that kind of thing. I even tend to use certain ones for when I'm thinking about other people.
Yeah.
So I have like, people that kind of rub you the wrong way in life.
Yeah.
You wish them good things and that kind of thing. So you put that out there.
Okay.
Other people may use them for other things, but this is what I use it for. So there is your meditation and that kind of thing. So
Yeah, that actually makes sense, like an olfactory trigger
Yeah.
almost.
yes, and that's how I use it because I have it right, in between the kitchen and the living room. You see my little doorway,
Yeah.
window way there, and then I keep every time I walk past it, it reminds me to be grateful, my gratitude, all that kind of stuff. So
And here's a little bit of shameless self-promotion for my lovely interdimensional exit buddy. Please.
yes, so this is too. And my gosh, I've been trying not to take this, but I did buy a smaller version of this one. Love it. Had people love. Oh, there's the mushroom ones that's sold. But yeah, this is one of my favorites as well because I don't think it needs to be winter to wear this.
Oh, those are.
So isn't that great?
Yeah.
I love it.
And you can get those at Keep Me in Stitches, or you can come here to Crossfield Rox Oddities.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm going to screw up that word every time, even though I've said it 100 times.
I also work at the library, so I worked there before I had the store here. But I bumped into Kayla,
Kyla.
and oh my gosh, we just kind of got along so great. And then I was like, hey, what about this? And she loved the idea of the little skulls on the things. So
She's giving credit where credit is due. These were actually Mandy's idea, right? So, yeah, and I need one of these funky hats, just in a little more masculine colors. Lee, shut up. I know you're in the audience. He's going to make a girl joke. I know. So the candles. Is there a particular meaning for each color, or? Okay.
There is an intent to have them for the different colors for whatever you're doing. So I'm just gonna pull this out. So there is different meanings. So white is for enlightenment, healing, purification, protection. So they do have all these little things you know, if you need to work on something and you don't know, because I don't know, like say, okay, what I need um for uh you know money game or whatever. So I just look, right? Or, you know, and you kind of have a little bit of hint or help, but there's no wrong. So whatever you resonate to too. So as well.
Yeah.
So you can just pick. But yeah, there is um help for that.
No, I love that there's guides to stuff because we were actually talking about your crystal Bibles and stuff before
Hmm.
because a lot of people need that 101 and like the dictionary one that you showed me where it's like A, B, C, D, it
So also too, like a lot of people like to use, so there's our chakras, and I'm kind of learning about this as well, but we have the seven main chakras that we learn to try to keep them aligned and keep open, like our throat chakra, for instance. If we're don't have that clear, we have trouble speaking
Mhm.
and telling the truth or speaking and communicating. And so we would have like one for the throat chakra, right? And you can, with that intention, it could be even whatever color, but it kind of helps you with your mind to think you're burning that one to clear that, you know, and you're thinking about it and you're meditating on it. So that's another thing too, right?
no, that makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense. So circle around and you have one of the largest selections of crystals that
So from we're going backwards kind of. So
we
yeah,
can start at the other end if you want.
yeah, it doesn't matter. We're going backwards alphabetically. They're kind of alphabetically, and there's some missing, and I'd like to fill them in, but we do have a lot. I try to, um, when people ask, I try to fill it. I try to find things that people are asking for as well. So if you have any questions, particularly about them, I love the towers. These are our towers. This is like the lemon quartz. It's so beautiful. Um, we ended up having to light up the lights here,
Yeah.
just because the crystals were not showing their true like beauty without them. So
They're
yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah. We have a lot in the small. I don't know how big the store is. I don't know the square footage, but we do have a lot of the rocks in here.
Now, this is something you actually gave me because I work a
Mhm.
lot in Calgary,
Mhm.
the black obsidian.
Mhm.
Now, do you want to tell people why that's good for being in a populated area?
Well, it helps with blockages and it helps well also too with pain relief and that kind of thing. And um anything dark is like uh protection. Like dark is kind of like the tourmaline and all those kind of things. It's just that protection. And when you're out with other people and that kind of thing, you get so much stuff coming in towards you, and you kind of, you know, need that protection. And it's also not that it just these rocks are magical and do all this stuff, but you also have that intention. You have this rock and you also believe, and it does have vibration, but you know, it gives you that strength too. It helps, right?
Like the ones you put little
Yeah.
snow.
So it's strengthening, helps you stabilize. Um, there's so much that I don't even remember, but like I said, anything dark we have. I'm gonna need make new tags, but we do have try to get to have tags for all of them. I'm still working on getting new ones because I don't like the scientific.
And that's just a brief breakdown of what
Yeah,
they're used
yeah,
for and
yeah.
stuff. We'll
So
scroll through. I just want everybody to get a idea of what's available because this is a small space, but there is so much here. Like I said before we went on, like I've been here a couple of times now, and I know I haven't seen everything in here. Like you just have amazing things
yeah,
just hidden everywhere. Like
and I try to push them in sometimes when
yeah,
people ask and I pull them up. There is just so much, yes.
like you
Um,
just have an amazing setup in here.
and I kind of move things often, so then people they're like, "Oh, you got new stuff." I'm like, "Yeah,"
Yeah, I didn't just rotate it. That's you.
but um, yeah. So with one of these things I would just say, the evil eye thing is kind of I don't have the whole thing in my head like down pat, but basically it's like anybody who kind of even has a like jealousy or negative or anything when they're walking past you and they see something like you know,
Yeah.
and this is supposed to repel that basically and protect you from that. So it's sometimes this thing is human. It's being human, and you can't help like, oh my God, look, you know, look at her, yeah, you know, or whatever
The
that
side eye. Yeah.
yeah, and you don't mean to. And this is what, and this is a like a Greek or whatever thing, right? And so this is what this is. But it's like what is Eastern or whatever you call it. But this is, I do have a few of these pieces, so.
I like that.
So it's pretty popular. I've made a few myself here, but I sold actually quite a few of them just to, because it's more your attention. You don't have to have a traditional way it's made.
Perfect. We're just gonna run through real quick. And you guys are gonna have to bear with me because I have never switched cameras while I was live on the air, and we're going to attempt to.
Sorry for if there's any motion sickness, right?
Yeah, I apologize because yeah. And if you're epileptic, I'm really sorry because I'm bouncing around a lot. So no, absolutely come down here and check this place out if you're in the area because it is just endless amounts of goodies. Like I've walked past this thing a couple of times and never even seen it.
Yeah.
Like that isn't is that amethyst?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
That is a huge chunk of amethyst. Like I don't know if I've ever actually physically seen one that big in my personal experience. So we're also going to be joined by her other half who will join us here shortly. But right now I'm going to attempt to do something I've never done before. So I'm going to shut this mic off. Look at that. We did it. We did it. Oh, no. Okay, we shouldn't have the echo anymore. And I did it. Yay. So, this is Brian. This is Eileen's
Other half.
Other half. Interdimensional exit buddy is the term I use for Kyla, so we'll just go with that for now. I guess we'll start with you. And the one question I love to ask everybody is, what moments would you say really were those burning bush moments, the things that brought you into the spiritual understanding or this side of things?
I have to say that there's not one specific moment that when I was that would come out to me. I think it's just over time, just knowing that there is something, you kind of struggle with, there's just this and there's just that, like the black and white or the one way or either one way or the highway kind of thing. And I think that it's more open than that. And I kind of just kept searching until I found it. And I still searching, you keep learning different ways and everything all the time. So I think that was it. Like when that happened, just before COVID, just a little while, like I hate saying that word, sorry.
No,
but
as long as you don't say it was fake, they won't kick us off YouTube.
Oh, darn, no, we're gone. Anyway, so I think it would have been, I guess, about 11 years ago when I kind of sort of decided to follow my gut and my heart intuition, whatever, and start researching and reading books. I couldn't tell you what I read, but I read a lot, and then just keep reading.
And that's just it. There always seems to be COVID, I'll say it, the pandemic was a huge catalyst for a lot of people. And it's something I've figured out is like society keeps us so busy. It's when you can quiet the mind that you start to understand this stuff.
Oh.
And the pandemic gave a lot of people time to be quiet.
Well, I think so. Like before then, I was volunteering at the Spirit Within in Airdrie before. And I kind of got, this is a little scary, but like, I love the rocks and that kind of thing. And I was learning how to do raps and that kind of thing. The tarot and that really kind of scared me still because, you don't know. You think it's one way. I think you get that perception from Hollywood or whatever, that it's voodoo or whatever kind of thing. But during, like you said, that COVID time, you get a chance to actually watch things, read things, and open your mind, right? So that was a big, like, eye opener of what, learning.
And Brian, you're new to this as well. What would you say was like kind of a kickoff for you that pushed you in this direction?
Well, I would say the kickoff for me was actually the original owner of the store before Ilene took it over. I just happened to be in here one day, and she's a very empathetic person. And she kind of clued into the empathy side of me, and we started to talk, and then I started to get more and more intuitive, and she was picking up on that. And eventually got to a point where I just started reading some of the books that were here in the store. She convinced me to try tarot, and I started doing a couple readings for her. And she was amazingly surprised at how much intuition I actually had. So I started learning more about it, started getting more and more decks from the store, and started actually doing readings for friends at work.
Okay.
And it just started to really, it was like a snowball effect, right?
Thank you, Kara.
Yes.
Thanks so much, Kara. That was, it was
Sorry, I had to-
really
No,
cool.
absolutely. Shout out.
So that was actually the defining starting point for me, was actually somebody sitting me down and saying, look, you might be really good at this.
Yeah.
Why don't you give it a try? And since then, I mean, I've done more and more readings for,
He's so good.
for friends and family members, and they're like, yeah, wow, that's insane. Like, how are you even picking up on that? And I said, it's not, it's the empathy side, but it's more the intuition.
Yeah.
And but the way tarot works, tarot is very narrow, not narrow-minded, but narrow-visioned.
Yeah.
Oracle is more broad spectrum. So once you're clued into the tarot, Oracle seems to follow along.
It's like,
And so basically I use the tarot to really hone in to somebody's intuitive side. And then the Oracle just gives me a broader theory of what's going on kind of in their lives and what's possibly coming, or what's happened more or less in the past. And
that's really cool, because like I've had both tarot and oracle readings, but I've never had them put together like that, where one's like the framework and the other's the detail. So
yeah,
I actually wouldn't mind getting a reading from you sometime, because like that's really interesting, because I like I said, I've had them separate, but I'd like to get that done together. When did you decide to open the store, and how did you get started in selling metaphysical items?
Yeah, so I think I started, when did I start working for everybody?
well, it was about mid-2023.
Yeah. So because there was Kara's store here. It was Crossfield Rox, and her husband's was across the street. And so I started working there, and basically 2023, I guess you were saying. Yeah. And then came here, and I kind of just fell in love with the stones. And I, like I said before, I was helping with Spirit Within, just cleaning and learning, because that was more the thing. They were like teaching and that kind of thing. It was a way to learn, right?
Yeah.
And so I guess after a bit working here, and we weighed every stone up there, every tower weighed, and I had to do the research on the costs and everything. It took so long.
Yeah.
So, but after that, what year did she decided to move on? I'm so sorry, I'm bad with
No.
Kara decided to move on at about roughly about November-ish of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And then she offered you the store in March of last year.
Yeah,
and
so
took it over, and you officially took it over.
yeah, so yeah, she offered me to buy it first for anybody else, and because I've been working for her, and she just she has that intuition, so she knew it would be a good fit.
Yeah.
And yeah, so then we did, and then we reopened it as Crossfield Rox Oddities, got all the paperwork and done and everything April
Of last year.
Yeah, so it's
That's really cool. And I was just kind of laughing in my head, because like my channel is March 4th Productions, because both William and I are born on March 4th. And I'm like, another March thing. So miracles happen in March. So for people that are new working with crystals, what crystal would you personally recommend for a beginner if they're just looking for that one?
Well, just the one. Well, first of all, gosh,
That's kind of a loaded question. If
I
I
would
was
say if you're just starting, I would say like a clear quartz kind of thing, right? Because it's all known for like the mighty healer. But it's also kind of heightens other crystals. So if you have that as your antenna kind of thing, it helps lift all the other ones. So I think that's a good one. Also too, whatever they resonate to, because that's what they need.
Yeah.
So
what they're drawn to.
So people will usually like, oh, but I like this, because sometimes I'll suggest something because I go with the okay, we'll try this, or what's this, or they'll say this, but then they'll say, oh, but this. That's what they need.
That's what they reach for. Yeah. And that just kind of answers the next one. How do you intuitively choose the right crystal for someone? Well, you let them pick.
We walk through it, and they tell me how they feel, and sometimes I'll point something out. Usually it's that, or sometimes they'll,
And like when I'm covering the store, somebody will ask me, which one should I pick? And the very first thing I say is, what is speaking to you, right? If neither one speak to you, they're the wrong stones.
Yeah.
Period. So, let them walk around, and all of a sudden they go, wait a second. I've eyed this one several times. I said, if that's the one you keep eyeing, that means it's speaking to you. That's the one that, that's the one that needs to go home with you, because forever it's going to speak to you.
Do you often find that people almost get a physiological response when they hit that right crystal? Like, oh yeah, that's it. Like it's almost like it burned their hand for a second. Like,
the warmth, or they feel
a warmth, or a tingling.
Vibration,
right?
or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you were talking about how the crystals pair with the sage. What are a couple of crystals that generally start pairing or pair well together?
I think it's what you feel. Honestly, like I said, I did put a few together, like the carnelian, for example, that I put with the sage. Carnelian is one of those crystals that keeps clearing, and you could actually put it with other crystals, because crystals will, like a sponge, they'll soak up all the bad energy, and then you need something to clear it, or a way to clear them, right? And if you pair them with another crystal like a selenite or a carnelian, they'll clear it. So that's another way of helping you clear. So that's one. There's a few different ones that I put together, like the kyanite, same kind of a deal. It doesn't clear, but there's good benefits. And it's more of like just how you feel too. You can do anything. There is no wrong, no wrong answers.
that actually leans into the next question. What is the best way to cleanse and charge your crystals in a way that fits into everybody's workaday life?
Well, for me, my best and fastest way is selenite. So there's plates. I have some plates that you could just put different things on. I have like a selenite log, or I have little bowls that I put little chunks of selenite in, and I just throw my, like, say, clearing jewelry that I've worn, and I'm around people, and everything gets absorbed. You clean it like that. And other rocks the same way. You can sage them. Another way I do it as well. You can put them in the windowsill and get the moon to clean them, right? So you can, some of them you make sure if you can put in water, and you can clear it with some water. So there's different ways. My favorite, selenite. Saging.
Yeah, and I had heard about sun and moon charging, so you kind of hit on that. Like, is there different crystals that need to be charged by the sun and charged by the moon, or charged by the other? I don't
think so. I think it's just whatever's safe to be out. If you're putting it outside, whatever safe to put out in the environments. Like, I wouldn't put a selenite. Yeah. Because the moisture and whatnot. Because it doesn't break down right away, but eventually. So
that makes sense.
I've had moonstone that I accidentally worn in the ocean, and I kind of cracked it a little bit, and I was sad. It kind of healed itself after it got away from all the moisture, but so there's certain things you just gotta be careful like that.
Yeah, and if you want to think about it another way too, is if you're looking to pull a charge out of the stone, you would want to put it in the moonlight.
Oh, okay.
Right, and then when you want to charge it, you put it in sunlight. Think of the way Superman works in a way, right? Yeah. he gets full power from the sun, right? Yeah. And he starts to dwindle off a bit through.
This is why I have them.
Yeah.
So this is but it's all what you take it to as well.
Mhm.
If I can reflect into
Yeah.
the tarot and the oracle, you want to charge those cards, but you want to cleanse them first. So generally, a selenite will cleanse them, and then you can put your intentions to it as it's being charged.
That's something I didn't know about, the clearing of the cards. So
Yeah.
like do you use the crystals to clear the
You
cards,
can.
or like
I use selenite right away. So I open up my cards, I thumb through them, take a look, admire them, but then I'll put them in the stack, and I will actually put a piece of selenite on top of them to draw any possible negative energies that it got through the factory placement,
that makes sense?
right? And you don't know who's touched the box, you don't know who's touched the cards physically. You're running on their intentions at that point, right? So you want to cleanse your cards, and then you want to charge them. And what you want to charge them with is whatever stone you put on it, that's your intention to charge those cards with.
I've seen people put even amethyst on them for that calming, and that kind of thing too. It may not charge it like the same, but I mean, just people put different things for different intentions.
Yeah, and I use mainly tourmaline and obsidian to put my own intention into the cards until I'm going to do a reading. And then as I'm shuffling, I'll just ask the person, what are your intentions? Like, what do you want me to ask spirit to draw you? And then it helps it along quite well.
That makes sense. And it's interesting, Kyla has dabbled with the tarot. She actually took a tarot reading course, and one of the things she had done is slept with her new deck under her pillow. So it was her energy. So I love that we're teaching, because like she learned one way, but now there's another way that she can understand on how to clear her deck and how to add her own energy back to it.
Now, but the thing to remember too is if you're only going to use that deck for yourself, 100% do that. But when you're focusing on other people, when you're reading for other people, you want their intentions in the cards.
Yeah. So that would be
your
for
own.
Kyla, right? So
Just if she's sleeping with it under her pillow, that's her deck.
Yeah.
That's her deck.
Use a different deck
Right.
to read other people. No, that makes sense, because you're attached to this, and this is the open. No, I like it.
It's kind of like opening a doorway.
Yeah.
Right. But you're opening a doorway to your own, what you're wanting out of it.
That makes a lot of sense. Are there any crystals that work especially well during certain moon phases, like astrologically?
Yeah. I do love moonstone. So
Yeah, if you want.
let's see here. Do we have?
I mean, I haven't even made a mistake yet, so this is a good episode. Like,
Yeah, so I do have some moonstone here. That's a peach moonstone. Then there's and I mean, I don't think there's like I said, there's no right or wrong, but it's a nice stone.
Is that the new African piece?
This is the new one, yeah.
Good.
And this one's a rainbow one, so it's got flash in there and it's beautiful in the sun. And also too, this is really good stone for women because we are, what's that called? Like for our it's just good. Trust me, no. But because the moon affects us, right? How it's the different moons for women. So this is a good one for our protection, kind of a thing.
So that would help.
Yeah.
Specifically during the hormonal cycles.
Either when you're younger or older, like any kind of hormonal, yes, because we change with the moon more so than anyone else.
That is the thing to remember with rocks too. They're unisex. They're not masculine or feminine. Yeah. So I mean, if somebody comes in and they say, "Oh, that's a beautiful piece of pink quartz," well, obviously it's speaking to you.
See that orange stone right there?
This one here?
Yeah, grab that. That's the sunstone. So if you want the masculine and the feminine, basically that would be it. The sun and the moon.
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay.
So sunstone and the moonstone. So that's what a lot of people, when they're dealing with the yin and yang stuff too, they ask, and that's what I totally give them. It's like, this is what,
And Kyla said that's really good to know because she didn't know that about the deck thing. Are there any crystals or practices you would tell people to avoid if they're just getting started? Like, you know, you're just starting to learn about the spiritual and metaphysical aspects of this. Is there anything
I
you
think
tell
the
people?
only thing I would say to avoid is assuming that, you know, you need to have it all or you need to know it all. You just learn and take one step at a time and don't judge yourself for not getting it right. Like for me, it took me a long time to learn tarot, and I only do it for myself. So whereas Brian was like instant, it was made for him, like the tarot and the oracle, right? But for me, I can read my own, and I can do somebody else's, but it's more my own thing, right?
Yeah.
And so there is no right and wrong, just one step at a time, and be kind to yourself.
No,
Really.
that makes sense.
Mhm.
What are some common misconceptions people have about crystals and the metaphysical tools available here?
You need everything.
Yeah, that's probably one of the,
Yeah.
the biggest ones.
Mm.
The other thing too is, if I may
Yeah.
interject on this one, is it's got nothing to do with witchcraft.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because the first thing people think of when they think of rocks and metaphysical is, oh, well, it's witchy, it's hoodoo, it's voodoo. It's not.
Yeah.
It's everything to do with your own personality, intentions, what you want to draw in. A lot of religious people look at it and, you know, snub it right away.
Yeah.
We get everything from the universe, not just God.
Yeah.
So to put it as a pinpoint, it's got nothing to do with witchcraft. You want to go into witchcraft, there's things out there that'll teach you how to do witchcraft, right?
Yeah.
But this has got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
This is personal healing, right? Personal reflection. It's
Your
all what
journey.
you put into it, not everything else. And it's not about evil or good or anything like that. And that's the very first misconception that people get about it. And it's like, you know what? I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but you're not necessarily right.
Yeah.
So that's, I would say that's probably the biggest misconception about what we do here. It's got nothing to do with witchcraft.
Yeah, it's no witchcraft store. It's
No. And it's not even necessarily Wiccan.
Yeah.
Wiccans will come in and get stuff and then they put that energy into it.
Yeah. We
But
don't.
it's got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
We don't promote it here.
The
Yeah.
energy is what they put into it, exactly like you said, right?
Yeah.
It's whoever has that.
the hardware store has nothing to do with the house.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But no, I want to say that was beautifully said.
Mhm.
Like I've never really heard a better explanation other than what you just said. So that was amazing. What are some of the most common hesitations you hear from first time customers?
I think I don't even know. Geez, do you have any ideas on that one?
Like were they him and haw, like, oh, should I do this? Or
Yeah, I think it's just getting it right, and they think that there's a special way of doing something. Again, kind of coming back to that, and I think that there's no right or wrong in that. Yeah,
No, it's just a matter of getting started.
Yeah.
Right.
Just following your intuition. We all have it. It's just been blocked with all this stuff and social media and everything that we're not thinking for ourselves.
Yeah.
And we got to kind of take that time to reflect.
Well, it's what I would say is, you know, if you can convince people to meditate and open themselves up.
Yeah.
We live in a society that is completely one-track minded. And unless you're willing to open up your mind to it, I think that would be the only thing I would say be a drawback.
Mhm.
Is, are you willing to open your mind
That's true.
Yeah.
to a different experience? If you're not, then it's probably not the right thing for you.
And meditation is not sitting there and being like, oh, you know, that whole torture and don't move and breathe. It's, I walk around and like I was saying, and I light my intentions on my incense, and I'm walking around and I keep thinking, and every time I get a whiff, that's meditating, you know, like when you keep your mind focused and you're in the now, in that space, not wandering, thinking all the bills you have to pay and all the things you got to do for the kids. When you're just in there at that moment and just thinking every step, that's meditation.
I totally agree. And we were talking about being able to quiet the mind earlier.
Mhm.
My friend Lee in the chat was saying it's a weapon of mass distraction. And that's what society is. It's
Exactly.
a weapon of mass distraction. It keeps you out
Yeah.
of the clarity. And
Yeah.
that's what they're trying to do, because when you can calm the mind, you can control your life.
And not to
But-
say that the other kind of meditation is wrong.
No.
It's just not for everyone. It's for whoever can do it, right?
I think where we've lost track along the way is God intended us to have free will.
Mhm.
Same as the universe.
Mhm.
We have a lot of mass distraction, and that's what prevents us from opening up to that experience, right? Not only that, but you got people on social media, in the media, saying this kind of stuff. Again, it's automatic witchcraft.
Yeah.
And it's not. You got to have that open-mindedness.
And
Yeah.
that's where, like you were saying, working on the chakras, and that's where you're opening up your third eye chakra and kind of just like in the now letting universe, you
Well, we
just
always
talk
hear
to you.
people say you got to return to balance.
Yeah.
Or return to center.
Mm.
You can't return to center with a closed mind.
No.
You've got to have that open mind to allow yourself to draw that energy in and bring you to your center.
I understand this in a way that I cannot possibly explain, other than to say that not one member of my biological family subscribes to my channel or has ever watched one of the almost 200 episodes of my show. So I get it. Oh, you're crazy. That's magic. You're just silly. You're talking about metaphysical nonsense. No, it actually is quantum physics tied into spirituality, tied into right.
But
It's
you're
like,
also drawing your back to the planet itself.
Yeah.
Where do all the rocks come? Well, you got
everything is created.
except for you get the odd meteorite.
Mhm.
And we do have pieces in here that are meteorites but that's coming from the universe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's not coming necessarily from Mother Earth.
No.
Lava rock is Mother Earth. The bulk of everything in here essentially is from Mother Earth.
Yeah.
So if you don't have to believe in Mother Earth or Gaia to open yourself to that experience.
no, and like we were talking about this before, like all of these crystals, the ones that did come from Earth, they grew here. I don't know how many people know this, but crystals and rocks grow,
Mhm.
right? That's how they're formed.
The formations that you were saying about the amethyst, that's natural.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
that was alive, and like it grew. It's part of Mother Earth. It's part of Gaia. It was alive. It was part of this structure of reality.
The
Like,
creator.
it really has the vibration of this.
Exactly. Everything has a vibration.
And it's funny because we were just talking about meditation. How do you recommend incorporating crystals into everyday routines like meditation, sleep, or work?
Well, so with whatever you have, like you're drawn to, I'd say, like I've been carrying lately the cornelian with me. I've been drawn to that. I actually went to Lloydminster and picked it up.
Yeah.
At
Serenity healing.
yeah, in Lloyd, and I've been holding it ever since. And it is the one I was telling you about that's clearing and everything. And I've been really drawn to cornelian here as well. So it's a big one, but I've been having it in my pocket. I will pull out certain ones, whatever I want. If I want a little bit more intense, I'll have like my quartz or whatever, different things, just to kind of like, right? By my bed, I will have tourmaline. I do have a beautiful chunk of tourmaline. I do have what is that one? I'm sorry, I can't remember the name here. This one here, this dragon egg, the next one over. How do you say that name? Serpentarian? Yeah, and that one's really, I have that one by my bed, like a big, beautiful carving. And for me, it really helps with my sleep and kind of when you're dreaming, focus a little bit more. I have another one that is focused on making you realize that your dreams are dreams and you can control them, right? And it's not, like I said, they're not like superpowers like the crystals are, but it kind of helps you with your intentions and that kind of thing. It has that, I don't know how to explain it.
It focuses them.
Yeah, it focuses them. So those are kind of things that I like. I love the smoky quartz because there's a lot of protection, and like the tourmaline, there is kind of a thing.
Camera linked out there.
Oh,
We're still here.
So, and that's a nice smooth stone, a smooth transformation. So if some stones are like, wow, that one's a nice smooth one, so you don't feel that, right?
The energetic shock.
So there's all the different ones. It's kind of what your intentions are. Long story short, sorry.
No,
Yeah.
I love long stories.
Yeah, is there
And
anything
I
you
have
wanna-
to say, this is one of the coolest
Yeah.
interviews because you can just reach
Yeah,
and
it's like
it's right here.
And see, like at my job, because I'm it's not necessarily high stress. It's you're dealing with multiple personalities, and you want to try and get away from becoming that multiple personality yourself. So I have a series of rocks that actually sit on my desk. So I've got carnelian and pyrite. It's a lot of deflection and broadcasting positive energy. So when guys come in my office, I'll point one out. Okay, so you're that today.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'll literally sit there and explain it, but it's more for me than obviously the guys I work with. But Ilene helped set me up with the rocks that I needed for that intention at work. So there's pyrite, carnelian, tourmaline, snowflake obsidian, and then she put a lovely little post-it note on my lunch one day, and it says, "I love you." So I've got those 6 stones plus
And
that note
affirmations,
that sit at
yeah.
my desk. That I start to get riled up, and it's focused right underneath my computer screen, so I can look at that and just go, "Okay, I'm
Yeah.
good."
It's really cool, and I have to compare this with Kyla. Is she was explaining a very similar setup when she used to be an industrial seller. Oh yeah, I have this little stone angel, and I have this triangle thing, and then I'm like, that's an altar.
Yeah.
And it's like we're building altars, and not no worship. Oh, praise the rocks.
No.
It's these are reflective and helpful altars, and it's okay to have a little space in your reality that helps you center like that.
Mhm.
Even if you have to go out into the 3D, you can take a little piece of the world that you exist in at home with you, even if it's a rock in your pocket. Like
Yeah.
we
Or a
weren't,
bracelet. Yeah.
we were smart as kids. Like we picked up rocks and carried them around. There was probably a reason we were drawn to doing that, and we stop doing that. So that's silly. Well, no, it's
I still
probably
do
silly.
it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
let's look at that rock and I pick it up. He's like,
I'm going to squirrel here for a second. We went to Drumheller the one day and she collected so many rocks, and it's like, yeah, that's cool. We got married in Drumheller. It's really neat. We have some, didn't take them out of the truck. I went to go to work. Turn is like, I'm like, oh, what the hell? Turn the next corner. I'm like, no, and I'm just seeing dollar signs.
rolling back and forth.
Yeah, I'm thinking the truck's broken.
I know the feeling.
Right? She's true story. Yeah, yes, it was. I was like, you got to take the rocks out of the truck. She's a freaking man. She's like, what? And I'm like, it sounds like the truck's broken.
You would not believe the stuff we bring back from certain areas, especially when we go to Vancouver, because Ilene loves seeing the trees and all the different things she's never seen before. So we bring back a lot of
pine cones,
pine cones and
different
tree
fruits.
leaves and pieces from here and there. And then we go to like the Tsawwassen Ferry Terminal and she'll pick seashells and stuff like that. So we end up coming back with about a half ton of stuff in the back of the car.
Yeah, they must never hang out alone.
Yeah.
I have a pickup truck. It'll be full. So what crystals or tools do you wish more people knew about or used? Like just as a basic, if you could give it to everybody.
Oh boy. That's a hard one. Geez, what? I'd say carnelian. It's really at my heart right now. It's like it's clearing. It gives you that. It has that strength to it. It gives you that. And you have what you choose, right? Mm-hmm. But it kind of amplifies it. So it's one of those things that's known for bravery and strength, courage. Tiger's eye is really nice like that too. So a lot of high good energy. So something like that, I would say. As in for, Oracle, if you're going to start and you didn't know where to go, why give yourself homework when you could just read something and just feel calm? Like, not to say tarot's bad, but it maybe start off with an oracle, unless you feel like your intuition is pointing you somewhere else. Just something, look at the art, see what you resonate with. And if you do want tarot, there's a lot of different tarot out there that you can resonate with and learn fast. It doesn't have to be what is it called? The white, the Rider White or whatever cards. The Rider Waite. I have supernatural cards that I picked up. We're collecting them, but when I flipped through them and I used them a few times, I could not believe how awesome and fast. Like I was just like, oh yeah, because you know the characters.
Yeah.
So you've got there's stuff. Oh my gosh.
We got Sam and Dean.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the other ones collections we have. Like if you know the characters, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Like you know the characters and they put them basically in the right places where they, so you kind of know what the meanings are without studying it. So something that you can resonate with is really fun.
Yeah.
And if you're doing it for yourself, you know, it's a little easier than doing this, like, you know, the swords and blah, 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 you know. So if you resonate with it, it's kind of fun. I wouldn't say you have to, but it's fun. It is. And if you want to meditate and you don't know where to start, looking at these cards and studying the beautiful art, that's a nice, quiet, bringing you into that moment in time too, that you time.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Well, I mean, we've got definitely what we call our collector's cards.
Yeah.
So, like, we've got the supernatural, but
They're stunning.
I've got like Ghostbusters, Nightmare
Mhm.
Before Christmas, Funko Nightmare Before Christmas, Garbage Pail Kids. You know, it's
Yeah.
novelty
Yeah.
stuff from
Yeah.
our childhoods, right? Nostalgia. So it's, and I don't use them in general reads.
Yeah.
Those are more for the fun family reads, or
Yeah.
we're having a quiet night at home. Let's throw this out and see what's going on.
Yeah.
That's meant more for us.
She
I have my own series of cards that I use for my reads, more to the masculine and the macabre.
Yeah.
But that's my style of reading.
she actually has a Bob Ross deck that is
Mhm.
rather entertaining. And you guys just inspired me. I think I'm going to create a Dukes of Hazzard deck.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And you could even make your own. Like
Yeah.
there's people who are artists. Like I used to make artist trading cards, and you can even do your own. Like, you know, there's 72 cards to a tarot deck. You can even Oracle, it's whatever number you really want to make it. You could design and art your own, and you're playing yourself, and you know what these cards mean because you put your heart into them. Really, it's not any different than opening a book, say a Bible, reading that passage and studying what that passage means to you.
Yeah.
Realistically, right?
Mhm.
Or any other book of history that you, or whatever, you know, that you
Yeah.
are
That-
drawn to. Because you pick out, even a regular book, you pick out that passage. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Right. So if you're doing art on your own and you're, you know, it's whatever that is. So
Kyla just piped up again. She's like, I want a Ghostbusters deck. And I forgot to mention this off the top of the show. This is one of the several places here in Alberta Ghostbusters Afterlife
Oh,
was
yeah.
actually shot.
Yeah.
So there is a
Just
Ghostbuster
down a couple right there.
Right-
Just right. Yeah.
around the corner.
literally right over there is where the car came out of the firehouse
yeah.
or police station. Sorry.
Mhm.
But yeah, like that's actually how we ended up in Bicycle. We went to go visit where Ghostbusters was shot because that's where the restaurant is. And we jokingly said, we should live here.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Yeah,
within
the
6
Chinese
months,
restaurant that was
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
is one that was in there as well.
Yeah, well, the Chinese food restaurant is right here. The doors was actually over here,
oh, okay.
and because you can see where the Ecto one comes out,
Yeah.
and where the Donut Man is right now, it was the liquor store.
Oh, okay.
Donut Man moved in right after that.
Oh, I did not know that the Donut Man was.
Sorry for putting
No, no.
names out there, but
Yeah.
just to put it in perspective, that's where it was. And
Yeah.
actually, Ecto one came flying down here on that map.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And by the way, I love the Donut Man, and if you want to sponsor me,
Mhm.
by all means, go ahead.
Yeah,
I will
they're
take.
great couple people. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love and polite staff. Like
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
never gone in there and had a bad time.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite Oracle decks that pair beautifully with certain crystals?
Oh yeah, we did that question. Well, I think that, like we were saying before, our decks, we usually use them as the crystals to kind of clear them, put intention. When you bring a crystal home, you clear it and you put your intention. I mean, I have the store and I have my intention, but then it's not, when you bring it home, it's yours, right? So you clear everything. And I think that's what it is. It's just whatever you want to put with it, intention. If you want to have a high energy reading, maybe you want to put tiger's eye on it. If you want a calming reading, maybe you want to put amethyst. If you're reading about love, maybe you want to put rose quartz or rhodonite. So like, it's just whatever your intention, I really think.
I would say probably one of the most common stones to but with either tarot or oracle would be selenite
Yeah, to clear it.
to clear
But
it.
I mean, you could really do whatever.
Okay. And do you think that any of the, well, like what you were saying, like to draw in the intention as well, like the amethyst would draw in love and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
So they do pair in that way as well, other than clearing them.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, when you're doing readings, the cards are going to kind of tell you as they're coming out what it's trying to focus itself on. When you're putting that intention, you're trying to tell the cards what you want to look at more. The two biggest ones that always get looked at really is love and career. So, but love is generalized. That could be family, that could be your friends, that could be something
Hobbies.
from your past. The beauty of readings is they're timeless. It could be happening now. It could have happened 20 years ago. So it's a widespread, narrowed.
Another good thing too, a little bit off topic, but it's really good when you're doing it for yourself to have it in a journal and write what you get and that kind of thing and put your comments, because you can, and the date, because you can look back and see what has, happened and all that kind of stuff. And well, this is what I was feeling. This is what I got. And this happened. You can even add notes. So.
Yeah. And I know with the Rider-Waite-Smith, I think I said that right.
Yeah.
I can never get it right. I'm surprised I even got it out in one sentence. Stop blinking. You're distracting and I have ADD. Don't do that. I know, like, when she got hers, it was like a trainer book. And it's like, she'd be looking at the cards and it wasn't what she was feeling, what the description was. So, like, when you're doing readings and stuff, how often do you stray from, like, the base, this is what the card says versus this is what I intuitively read out of the picture?
When your intuition kicks in,
that's where they go.
With the reading, that's where you're starting to focalize on. You can generally get an idea right away if that reading coming out is not meant for what's the situation. The reader can pick up on that generally very fast.
I was thinking, like, some of the cards too, it's more like they're not necessarily always just telling you what this is. It's like, this is a family card, right?
Yeah.
This is a leader card more than, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily, this is a leader card. This means it does tell you a breakdown. So if you maybe don't know, gives you some ideas, but that the base is, this is a leader card. Like like, I can't give you an example. But there's certain cards that have certain feeling, but then your intuition picks up from that.
Yeah, well, I mean, your priestess card or Hierophant, the high priestess. Well, major arcana cards are pretty pinpoint. The minor arcana cards, like your cups and your swords, pentacles, they're the ones that get a little more broader. So, like a two of swords isn't going to be the same as two of cups.
Yeah.
So
one's essentially telling you you're at a crossroads. The other one is, well, could your cup be half full? And the other one's half empty. So that's what you're trying to decipher as a reader for the person you're reading for. Okay, this is starting to make sense to you, because if it's not, then maybe we need to refocus the energy and put a little more heavier intention into it, because it's not meant for you. Just the same if you're shuffling and you spill out 5 or 6 cards at a time. It's too many cards. It's not meant to come out.
Yeah.
So you put it back in and keep shuffling away.
Yes. Something I've seen on other people's podcasts, I have friends that are podcasters and they'll have readers on, and people just keep asking the same question over and over again because they didn't like the answer that they got from the other reading. Have you ever ran into that where you'll give somebody like an intuitive reading that you're just hitting everything and they're like, no, that's not for me? Like, if you ever run into that?
But you take that energy away with you.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, and that's why almost every reader you talk to will tell you it's a timeless reading.
Yeah.
So it may not be for you right now, and it may not have happened in your past, but it's becoming your future.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is where Oracle really helps, because that'll put the broader perspective into it.
Yeah.
Tarot, like I said, is pretty narrow
Yeah.
with intention, and the oracle will help open that up. And that's why a lot of the time I'll recommend doing the tarot and an oracle, so that we can get not only the pinpoint, but get the broader idea of what's about to come,
Yeah.
or what's already happened in the past.
And I love that we're right here with this, because that's my next question. Speaking of oracle and tarot cards, you guys actually have in-house readings. Do you want to tell them, like, I know there's Brian, but like, how do you set up a reading here in the store, and who else do you have available?
Yeah, so basically we have like Mandy who comes in, and she also usually she comes in 1 day a week. She'll come in on a weekend or something like that after hours if she books something in. And we do walk-ins. She also does these bracelets and all that kind of stuff here. Like you can't show, but she does have some of her stuff as a vendor. And yeah, her name's Mandy.
Yeah.
Her business name is Witchy and Wonderful. So she does stop in different shops and different places and has her jewelry and coffee places and that kind of thing. And so she's here like once a week. And then we have Brian, who's starting to come here
On Saturdays.
on Saturdays. Yeah.
And
When
do
he
you
can, so.
do you have to book those in advance, like call you, or
It's not necessarily like we do walk-ins, but you can book if you wish. So we can do
Okay.
where you can call the store, which the number is on the Facebook thing. I don't really have a website yet. We're not there yet. I'm really dragging my feet with everything that's going on.
Kyla, she doesn't have a website. She can build websites.
Oh,
And the thing to remember too is it's not about masculine or feminine.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will sometimes get turned off about having a masculine do their readings.
Mm.
Sometimes it's just as good as having a feminine do it. Obviously, I don't have the feminine touch, but intuition wise, masculine and feminine are the same thing.
Yeah.
Just two different perspectives.
Oh, absolutely. Like you get that divine connection, and it doesn't really matter where the information you're just the vessel for the information coming through. Like that's one of the things. Like I don't like to refer to it as channeling, but you're definitely pulling the intuitive information out of.
So how Mandy would describe it is she sees things, like it's shown to her, and so she just shares like so much of what she sees. She also does palm reading, and she does crystal healing. So that kind of thing people ask. So
What is crystal healing? Just because we're there right now.
yeah. So I guess it's just your intuition, like I was saying, your intentions, and I'm not.
No, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. It's
but
just
like basically you're just having the crystal, and you kind of just work and ask people the questions, and you work over it, over your body. I'm not too into what I do is different. I just kind of, for me, it's different. I don't know what she does. Like for me, I just would have my crystals, and I just kind of work over and just stop at where it kind of feels right, and you just like think it through, clear stuff for myself. That's what I do. No one taught me, but that's what I do with her. I think she kind of does almost like the same thing, and ask questions. And
the beauty of having Mandy come in too is she does multiple different aspects. So she doesn't just do the readings; she does the crystal healing and cleansing. She'll also do pendulum reads and palm reading.
Oh, okay. So there's a wide variety of services available even within the store.
Yeah.
So like if you guys are interested, and when you get a website, I'm just going off the top of my head here now. When you get a website, is there a possibility of online readings as well?
I think that maybe that's one thing that I was kind of thinking. Also too, like sometimes having like a newsletter and that kind of thing too. But
No, this winter I'm actually going to be starting a generalized YouTube channel.
For readings.
So doing general readings as opposed to individuals.
Yep.
So individual readings we done in store, and then I'll do general readings.
That's a really good.
YouTube.
And another thing too, like with pendulum and stuff like that too. So that's something we've been talking about and we're interested in doing.
I think that's a brilliant idea, and I think it would be very, very popular. And just because I see it sitting there, you have several guidebooks for the gems and crystals.
Yeah,
in
I
the
do.
store.
We do have a few. I do have mine that I kind of keep here. Like I said, I don't know everything.
No.
but I'm learning. So I use these, like, this is really good to break down what the crystals are, the hardness. That's where are you?
Way up there.
Yeah. And yeah, so, and this one is really good because when somebody says this is wrong, this is what I feel, and then I can look it up and prescribe them a crystal. Like we know that crystals are not doctors, but they're here to help us. And so
this is the one that I actually found really fascinating because it's like, oh, well, I could be looking because I have a lot of gastrointestinal issues.
That would be apatite. Actually, it's a beautiful crystal. You'll have to pick it out for you. It's it's good for all your intestines and your stomachs and stuff like that.
And I
is it on there?
Yeah, like I literally turned to that page.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, there is they imagine like how they take plants and they test their music, their sound, and it's the same thing with crystals. Every one has different frequencies, and every frequency helps with something, right? Like when we're meditating and we're listening to frequencies, there's not all one like type. It's what you want to concentrate on, and that's kind of same thing with these. Like the crystals are all have their different, and they help in different ways.
I love that, and I love that you have like the Bible, so to speak.
I wish
here.
I wish I knew it all, but I don't.
And we actually have where I got started. Essentially, it was off the Tarot Bible. So it's the actual ABCs of Tarot, and it actually was the further depth of all the meanings of every one of the cards.
Yeah,
and it goes really in depth with the card meanings.
And how he, like, everyone's a different learner, right? So that's how he learned, and so that would be good for some people to learn. And I do have a few books like that with the tarot meanings and that kind of thing. And sometimes it's just doing it and learning that way too. So there's so many different ways.
We actually have a question from my dear friend Lee. I was telling him about the double lung transplant. Doesn't quartz have memory? Like, can quartz hold memory?
I think so. That's why we do some clearing.
Yeah, like quartz does eventually have to be cleared because what happens is it stores. For an easier way to put it, it stores
stuff,
energy.
Right?
Yeah.
So eventually it does have to be cleared. Another one is hematite. I actually found out the hard way with hematite that what it does, because Kara had given me a hematite ring, and I thought it was putting positive energy into my body, and essentially hematite draws negative energy.
Oh, okay.
And what it eventually does, once it's drawn in as much as it can take, it will break. And I found that out, and I thought I had just ruined my life when this ring exploded off my finger. And it turned out that it was so full, and I'd only had the ring a few months, but there was that much negative energy in my body that the hematite just exploded. But it had drawn enough out where I wasn't focusing on that negative energy anymore. It was enlightening.
While he was learning all this stuff too.
Yeah.
You just put something into context for me. I was involved in a pagan commitment ceremony with a woman who was Wiccan many moons ago, and we exchanged our agreements with hematite rings, and inside of a month a bad relationship, mine exploded.
Yeah.
And I was like, I never understood why, and you just explained why.
But a lot of people don't know that. They're not told that. And that is one of the beauty of something like hematite, because you can wear it, and once it's done its job, it's gone.
Yeah.
And when it breaks, if nobody explained it to you the right way, you feel like your whole earth just came into a complete end. Like I was sobbing almost uncontrollably when this ring broke. I'm like, oh my God, I love this ring. But it turned out it did exactly what it's supposed to.
Yeah.
It took all that negative energy, filled itself, and then just got rid of it.
Goes into nothing.
Yeah.
And Kyla just said, oh, wow, I had that happen to a hematite bracelet. So that
Exactly. Yeah.
You have taught my chat something here tonight, so that is amazing.
But that was a personal experience, right?
Yeah.
And the only reason I brought it up is
No,
because of the question from Lee.
Yeah.
Rocks, certain rocks will store,
Mhm.
and then they'll have to be cleansed.
Yeah.
Certain rocks will store and then break apart themselves. They will keep that energy
Yeah.
even in the broken pieces,
Mhm.
so it can't get back out.
That makes so much sense and explains a lot. What are the most popular crystals or items in the store right now? Like, what's been a really big seller or thing of interest?
Well, for a lot of the kids, we have these Minecraft crystal things that we bought, these packets. They are loving it. So
It's
what?
a very ingenious thing that
Yeah.
somebody put together. So Minecraft is made with the kids.
Yep.
Well, there is different little rocks and crystals
'Cause they mine.
throughout
Yep.
Minecraft, right? So these people have put together little packages with little checklists, so the kids could collect the rocks and or crystals and check them off as they're collecting them.
So it's a nice way for introduction for the kids
Yeah.
to knowing the minerals and actual off a video game, right? And they're actually hands-on trying to get it and that kind of thing. So that was really ingenious.
I would say, from my perspective, working in the store, I find tourmaline,
Mhm.
rose quartz, and selenite are some of our
Yeah.
biggest
The
sellers.
three biggest, yeah.
Selling it, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a big one that I wanted to get because I know with everything available online, what should customers know about quality and authenticity? Because
Mhm.
I hate to say it,
Yeah.
you run a
I
50-50
do-
shot.
Yeah, I would say be careful. That's one reason I don't want to be online. It's just you can't talk to people, like you can't be there in person and feel what they're going through or whatever. And I like that they can come in here and talk and just let loose and just like talk, right? You can't do that online.
Yeah.
So that's one thing you lose, is that personal touch, the community, and that yeah, and you just gotta be careful. People are trying to sell.
Yeah.
It's a money thing, and I don't want to be kind of caught up in that and worried about that.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm not online. But yeah, it's just unloading these things that we don't really know where they're from.
Yeah.
We don't know if they were actual crystal dust
Yeah.
made into a crystal, because you can do that. You can, just like, you know how you have sawdust, you can
Yeah.
make that into
Repressed wood.
yeah, you can do the same thing with a crystal.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you-
you can be getting cheap knockoffs from
You could
another
get a chunk of
country
glass,
or wherever. Yeah.
you could get a chunk of resin.
And
You don't
with what
know
we
where
were
you
just
get it.
talking about, you could get bad energy from somebody's past
And
crystal.
we do the
Mhm.
best we can to find the sources that are real. We're not perfect, but I believe we do the best we can.
Yep.
But there is a few man-made crystals, and we say, yeah, this is man-made.
Yep.
But when somebody's trying to put this as pulling it off as an actual crystal that was dug up,
Yeah.
you know, you gotta watch out for that. There's a lot of that, unfortunately.
Leah actually had another one, and I don't know if you guys will know this, but I'll ask it anyway.
Mhm.
Is that why there's a lot of paranormal activity where there's a lot of limestone because of the energy it holds?
Limestone holds very positive energy, and I'm a paranormal enthusiast myself, so I understand where Lee's coming from with this one. Limestone is very positive. It's very enlightening for spirits. You can tell right away if you're dealing with a positive spirit or a malevolent one, because malevolence can't cross salt.
Oh, okay.
But you can draw in a positive spirit with limestone.
So that's good to know on both counts because, you know, I've had some weird stuff happen in my house. So maybe
Yeah.
there's got to be some more salt around some entrances.
Yeah,
But
so I mean, if you're watching a paranormal movie and they're using salt, one that comes to mind, Paranormal Activity, where they spread baby powder.
Yeah.
Well, you can't have a evil spirit walking on that. because it's made out of gypsum,
Oh, okay.
which contains salt.
Yeah.
That would never happen. But if they put salt across the threshold of the door, spirit can't cross that.
Okay.
In theory.
Well, and because everything's energy, things attract and repel. So that actually, in theory, makes sense. Like,
yeah. It works no really different than a seance.
Yeah.
But how do you protect yourself from evil spirits in a seance? You put salt around the table. They can't get into that circle.
I never put that together before.
Yeah.
Yeah. How has your interest in crystals and the metaphysical changed in recent years from your perspective? Like,
Other people's
yeah.
interests? I think it's people are starting to be looking for there's more, right? There's just like people are getting tired of the day-to-day, this is all there is to life. And then there's the spiritual side where there's so many rules and that kind of thing. And I think people are looking for that freedom. And that's what I believe is we had, that the crystals and all this natural stuff does have. It's like that, opens up. And
I don't know if you would do this at the library or here in house, but do you have any upcoming events or workshops? Like, I know you're out in the public quite a bit.
Yeah, I do lots of things out in the public. We are working on a few things. There's a few things on the works. I don't have dates right now, but we do have like 101 Tarot coming up, a few other things where we're showing off some of our different divination tools. As well as like the crystals and kind of little bit of a tell, like what, just like what we're speaking of here, like, that kind of thing, breakdown. I also want to do another thing that's coming up is just some intention bracelets. We've done that where I've taken it out because we had like so many people. Like the last class had 40 people in it. Yeah. So we did that in a community center, and you're just bringing intention and people get to pick their words and that kind of thing. So it draws that community together and brings that.
So you're spelling words on a bracelet?
So like
I saw some of them over
so those
here.
were the intention bracelets we made for the community. And so what I did is made a kit for 40 people. They came in and did those kits and they chose their words. I gave them a 5-letter option, and it worked great. So I do a lot of things outside. There's a group, a soccer group for girls. We're doing a girl power kind of a theme, and we're doing a little project for that. We're going to be doing these little wands that they put their intentions in there, right? Like, so they're brave and what, so because they have their power within, right? So they're going to be picking what they want to put. So there's, instead of build a bear, it's going to be build a wand. So kind of a thing. So there's different little things like that for different groups that I go to. So you can contact the store and
And I know you said earlier you don't have a website up yet, but people can find that or follow that through the Facebook page.
Yeah, through the Facebook.
And I'm going to add that to the description as well for both the video and the audio. I'll add your link to the Facebook page and any other emails or whatnot you give me. I want one for positive energy sage bundles. Grab me one, Donnie. How much? Oh, Lee wants me to buy something before I go.
Yeah, so that depends on what you want. So
I want one for one of her positive energy sage bundles. Grab me one, Donnie. I'll grab you one after and we'll figure it out, dude.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you guys. You were so nervous at the beginning, but you know what? We just rocked through over an hour of this. Like, we're coming up on 90 minutes already, and you guys have just been absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
And I can't thank you enough for letting us host this in your beautiful store and keeping it open late for me to do this, because this was a step for me outside of my comfort zone. Like, I've got to get out of my little corner in my closet and my green screen and, go see real people and talk. And I enjoyed it. So I love the energy. I love the energy of the store. And I thank you guys both so much. And if there's anything you want to say before we close out.
Good questions.
I want to say thank you, Don, because this actually helps me realize that I can actually get onto YouTube without having to worry about it. It just jump in and with both feet and let it roll.
I will tell you, I started with this.
Don't do
This, yeah, don't let the rolly thing roll away. But my podcast started,
Mhm.
this was my editing bay, this was my camera, this was my microphone. It was literally just a phone on a stick.
Mhm.
And I did that for the first season. And I actually had a guest who believed in what I was doing gift me this MacBook,
Mhm.
Nice.
right? And it, manifestation.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
It's great for Dawn to have that support.
And yeah, like these things just come together. And I believe what you're going to attempt to do with the general tarot readings is going to be absolutely amazing. I love what you guys are doing. I love the programs that you're putting together. And I just freaking love this store because it has a bit of everything for the spiritual and metaphysical and the beginner to advanced. So I love the spread. And I want to thank you guys both so much for hosting.
Thanks. Yeah.
And
Thank you.
Yeah.
like I always say to you guys at the end of my show, I love you guys. And if you can, please do go outside because it's a lot better than sitting in front of this screen. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good energy.